Hoka Bondi X. I wanted to just give a little update, a one take shot because my timing is just getting difficult right now. So I'm editing a comparison video with a lot of shoes, and it's just taking longer than I planned. So I thought I would just shoot this one and have this for now. Well, not for now, but put this out earlier. The upper before, I felt as though the upper was just super loose, and to a certain extent, the upper is still kind of loose. The more you break it in, it does feel like it's getting more tight around the forefoot. But I will have to say that after I break it in more, I think if you have a narrow foot, that you really might want to think about going down half a size. Because even with my wide foot, I still have a lot of room, which is kind of like, it makes me just think, But I'll tell you one thing. During one of my runs, I had about a mile left and I was picking up the pace. I kind of I was able to just like stretch, curl, and just move my toes while I was running. And I was very grateful at that moment that this shoe has a looser forefoot in the toe section. So it's kind of give or take. If you want a lockdown like Super Razor feel, this just isn't gonna give you that. And I watched what I said before about how it locks your ankle, but it's kind of looser in the toe, and yeah, it's still the case. I really thought about it. I had a 7 mile run, and I was picking up the pace. I started off slow and picked up the pace, and went slow and picked up the pace again. And it the shoe is great at all paces, especially once you really break in the midsole and it settles. The shoe is not just plush; it's got a punchiness to it, which is cool because when you slow down, it does help you in your gait cycle. But when you want to pick up the pace, the shoe absorbs and gives back, which is great. So, I mean, that automatically takes me to the midsole, which I have no problems with. I think what's deceiving is the fact that when you walk in the shoe, it just feels more plush. But when I run in it, it's a very, very, very comfortable shoe to run in. But I still wouldn't describe it as like plush. I would describe it as, it's actually more of a bouncy ride, especially once the midsole gets packed in. Not packed in as I say it like it goes down. It's just once you break in the midsole, and the carbon plate is still it's still rigid. I thought I was gonna get a little bit more flexible, um, and maybe to you that looks like it's flexible, but no, to me I think it's pretty rigid. Um, and the outsole, my wear on this outsole is just so good. I mean, I originally figured that this shoe would just go on, and it's really proving true. One thing I think about having a carbon plate like this is that between your foot and the carbon plate, and then the outsole, there's a balancing of pressure on the outsole, because it's like you're stepping on a board, and it's gonna compensate for some of your imbalances in your foot. So the carbon plate will allow for the outsole to have more of a even pressure. But I mean, if you twist your foot slightly, or if you skip your foot slightly when you're running, you're gonna wear down your outsole. So I guess I'm not doing that because my outsole is still. I want to show up it. I want to show you the outsole, but I don't know how clear it's coming in. I mean, I almost have literally nowhere, and I have 26 miles on mine. Um, so I'm not running it a whole bunch. Just one day a week, 7 to 8 miles, and uh, that reason in particular is because the truth is, it is a carbon plated shoe. And yes, Hoka says, this is a carbon plated shoe for anyone to be able to level up. But the truth is that it's a carbon plated shoe. And a carbon plated shoe adds another element to your running experience. You're not just dealing with the max cushion shoe. You're not just dealing with a different drop, different pronation effects, different uppers. You're dealing with actually a pretty important element. A carbon plate, it's not a super it's not a super thing to add to a shoe. It's not like magic. The thing about a carbon plate is it's going to transfer energy. So whatever parts of your body that aren't used to this type of energy transferring, or this type of pressure that it might put on other parts of your body, like I feel it in my soleus. I don't really feel it anywhere else. Oh yes, actually, um, I'll get to my other carbon plated shoe in a different video where I feel that one is where I feel that one. I feel that one more in my lower quad. But this shoe specifically, I feel it in my soleus, but not bad. Um, just like just I just feel it a little bit, and then it just goes away the next day. So it's important to understand that when you're trying a shoe with a new added feature to it, ease your way into it, um, because I mean it really adds another element, and the carbon plate acts like a spring. It's not giving you more than you put in, but it's taking energy that you have and just transferring it into either forward or upward movement, which can damage you in other ways, especially if you're not used to a carbon plate. If you are used to a carbon plate, then you already know what I'm talking about, and you already understand that you already understand that you have to adjust to it in certain ways. You can't just put on the carbon plate thinking it's like the shoe you've been running in forever and just take it out every day. So I just wanted to mention that, um, about this shoe. It is a carbon plated shoe, and you can race in it. It does. It's got spring to it, and like this shoe has definitely have spring to it. From the heel through the forefoot, I think, like, because you can feel how they have that carbon plate is up a little bit higher in the heel, and just when you land, it's like your forefoot digs in, and the shoe is designed to help to make you bend that carbon plate. So when you go to toe off, the shoe really just feels like my heel's coming off and my toes are moving forward. This isn't my only carbon plated shoe, but I mean, it's a carbon plated shoe. Like, do not be mistaken with that. This is not just a Bondi. So, um, sorry about the traffic. So that's just what I wanted to say. Give you a nice little update from the upper, um, or this little section that I mentioned here before that was hard to lace. It's gotten much easier. So hopefully in the future it'll just be easier to fit. But once again, if you truly have a narrow foot, then really I would say try half a size down for sure. Because I have a wide foot, and I'm even thinking about it. I wouldn't do it just because I actually kind of appreciate the toe room. It just allows for my toes to just during summer. I don't know if you know what I mean, but that's just how I felt a couple times actually. So it's a good shoe. It's super fun. It gets so punchy. Um, you can really, like, especially if you're heavier, you can really put your weight into the shoe as you're picking up the pace, and you'll feel it giving back. So I like it. Um, I have my race day shoes. I wouldn't take this on a race just because my Adios ID Zero Pro 2, they have everything that I want in a race shoe. But this shoe, the stability of it is is so good. So you're getting a lot of things in this shoe, and to be honest, um, I think this shoe is worth it. I look forward to running in it so much. I would like to run in it more often, um, but I also like to run in my other shoes. So um, that's what I have to say about that. So I like running in general. So the shoe adds to it. So yeah. So thank you for watching. I hope that was a good enough update. I still have my comparison video to post, so please watch out for that. Sometimes uh, they just take a while to upload. Like, I knew it was gonna be a while when I saw that. Okay, you film first. You figure out what you want to do. You film the video, then you take the video from the camera to the computer, upload the video on the computer, then take the video from the computer, upload it onto the software. When I uploaded it onto the software, this is when I'm noticing how long these videos are going to take to upload, because the software has to upload the video, and then from there I can start to edit it. Um, and this last video is about 16 gigabytes, I think maybe 20 gigabytes. So it's just I'm just doing the best I can to get these things posted, and it's taking a while. So, but that's just I digress because there's a lot that goes on with making these videos that I just didn't know, including rambling on the camera, which takes up time as well, which you end up having to cut out. But this is a one take, so all right. So I hope you enjoyed the video. My first one take. It's a good shoe, and thank you for watching. Please like the videos and subscribe them. It's true, you get like an endorphin from when you see your subscribers grow. So I don't know if I shared too much, but hey, it's the truth. It's nice to see more subscribers. So thank you for taking the time. See you guys.